The Natural Resources Minister, Tim Hodgson, plans to launch a task force in the new year to look at ways to ensure the long-term health of the softwood lumber industry. We're joined by the Minister now. Minister, thanks very much for coming on the show. I guess these task forces, they're kind of a dime a dozen, but do you really think you'll find out anything new here that the industry doesn't know about?
I don't think it's a question of not knowing about it. It's a question of does the industry have the resolve to change, and can we provide the with their help, think about how we provide the right incentives, the right opportunities for them to retool and respond to our new reality. So I think this is a different time. I just like to frame it for your listeners or viewers. I think the industry understands we are at a hinge moment. We are at a point where we need to respond to the new way the world works. We are in a much more mercantilist world. We're in a world where our largest trading partner has decided to charge for access to their market for all products. And that means an industry that has been geared for the last many decades to exporting large amounts of commodity product to that market is going to have to change. And I think that is something the industry has come to terms with. We now need to work constructively with the industry to find new sources of demand for Canadian wood. The great news is with things like our Buy Canada program and our Build Canada homes, we can create significant new demand for Canadian lumber products right here in Canada.
That's interesting, but in a way, the lumber industry is a microcosm of our economy, isn't it? It's just over the decades got used to just selling into America. It's going to be tough to change, isn't it? I mean, shipping lumber to Europe or Asia, I know we do a bit of that, but it's logistically challenging.
Actually, the biggest opportunity is right here in Canada. There is an opportunity for the industry to start producing much more engineered wood and much more mass timber products. Those products will allow us to build more affordable homes for Canadians. Those homes are going to use a lot more Canadian wood. Historically, our building codes would have allowed only a 2 or 3 story structure to be done in wood. With the new codes and using engineered lumber, we can now do 10, 12-story buildings all in wood. I was in a building this morning for the announcement that's entirely built out of engineered wood. When we do this, we can absorb huge amounts of our current production that is going as commodity lumber to the U.S. and use it right here in Canada. So it's a tremendous opportunity.
You're announcing a thing called the one window for forest companies trying to figure out this multiplicity of programs you put in. I mean, the government has put in well over $2 billion in various measures to support the forest sector. But that's a famous problem, isn't it, dealing with government? One minute you're dealing with an official, next minute they've gone on maternity leave or paternity leave, or they've been shuffled out of there. It's always going to be a problem, isn't it, dealing with the government and trying to get support programs?
Well, look, I prefer to see these things as opportunities rather than challenges. I think this prime minister comes from the private sector. He's used to key performance indicators. We are going to monitor how we perform against inquiries into the department. Our job is to be that one window. So when an industry participant calls in, our job is to understand the full spectrum of tools that we have in the toolbox and help that industry participant think about how it wants to re-engineer its business for this new reality. Again, we did not ask for this trade war, but we need to respond to it, and we need to win this trade war. And we will do that by by rebuilding our industry so that it's stronger, more resilient, and more independent of the U.S. market.
We're tight for time, but it is a tricky one for you. The Globe and Mail reported a little while ago that the lumber companies came to you and said, would you ever advance us some cash that the Americans have been holding as duties? But you are reluctant to do it because the Americans might start claiming, oh, well, that's a new subsidy. So it's a tricky one for you, isn't it? Providing supports for the lumber industry. You don't want to add fuel or give them ammunition, I mean.
Yeah, so we need to be smart in how we support the industry. We need to do it in ways that doesn't handcuff the industry by putting additional unfair and unjust tariffs. I mean, I'll start from the premise that all of these tariffs are unfair and unjust. They're inconsistent with the existing trade agreement we have with the United States. But the reality is, they are there, and this is the world we find ourselves in. So we can complain about it, or we can be masters in our own house. And I think this prime minister and this government believes we can be masters in our own house, and we can use this crisis to come out of it stronger than we did going into it. That's what I'm working on.
Thanks very much, Minister.
Thank you very much.
Natural Resources Minister Tim Hodgson.